house that is haunted. Right from the start, dear, built on an acre of sand.
Welcome back. Thanks for joining us. I'm Zada.
And I'm Kelly.
And you're listening to Two Sides and the Truth. It's been a minute. We took a minor hiatus on accident.
On accident, but on purpose at the same time.
It was, yeah. Holidays, Thanksgiving, and just both of us have been pretty busy.
Yeah.
You know.
I don't know how I took off 2 days of work and I'm still this busy. Like,
you're in demand. You're in demand.
I don't know.
We're a little behind, but we're glad to be back. And we actually haven't seen each other in a week.
Yeah.
Or more.
Maybe even, I know it's been a long time. I mean, I've saw you because I came over and just the other night, but just for a second. But like, we haven't got to hang out and like girl talk.
Yeah.
So this might be like a really long podcast.
It could be because we got a little bit of catching up to do. We are now, by the time that the podcast gets out, it's going to be about 2 weeks till Christmas. And so we are in full Christmas mode right now.
Yes.
And, doing all kinds of good stuff. And I got a cool little Christmas gift. Would you call it a Christmas gift?
I would, yeah. A love gift. And
a love
Christmas
gift from one of our OG listeners. And that would be Amy. And it's Amy Heston. I got it now. Like
we
Charlton
finally know.
Heston. Yes. We've talked about her a few times before. Love her. And she's been listening to us from the beginning.
From the beginning.
She came from the Third Wheel podcast. And she wanted to send me something because somebody on my Facebook had posted this and been like, Zada, this would be perfect for your podcast. I was like, oh my gosh, that would be funny. And then Amy commented, she sent me the link for it. And she was like, I want to buy this for the podcast. So I was like, I'm not going to argue with you because it's amazing.
You go, girl.
And I was like, and I'm going to use it on the podcast. So we have a new toy for the podcast.
I love it. I love toys.
It's a little button. Like if you've ever seen that little Office, what is it? Office Max or whatever it is. What is that the right one? Staples?
Yes, Staples,
they
the red button.
The red button. It's one of those. But instead it says,
Bless your heart.
oh my God. Oh my God. So I got it on Saturday, I think it was. And I chased Rick all over the damn house.
I love it. Do it one more time.
Bless your heart.
This is our official sound effect.
I love that she's even Southern too.
Yeah, she has an
that's
accent.
Perfect. Like it needed that.
The
I'm
only
so happy
thing
it
that
has
could have been better is if I could record my own voice saying it.
That would be legit.
But her voice is pretty amazing.
I think at some point you'd be able to market your own.
I mean, I'm thinking. And so I had it on Saturday, and I literally would just randomly move it around the house, and Rick would walk in the room, and he would say something, and I'd be like,
Bless your heart.
and we got in bed, and he's all like huggy, and I'm like,
Bless your heart.
it's so funny. So she told me this was coming, and I was really excited about it, and it is as amazing as I expected it to be. But she did not tell me about the surprise gift that came with it.
I'm excited about this. What is this?
It's a reckoning ball. Reckoning.
Reckon. Like I reckon?
Yeah.
I reckon we ought to head down to the river.
That's exactly. Are you reckon? I reckon. Yeah. So if you're Southern, I reckon you're about right about that. I reckon we better hurry up
before that weather gets bad.
Yeah.
I reckon we better get out of here.
I reckon so. And so this is the reckoning ball, and it's like the 8-ball from the not the 8-ball as in that you're putting up your nose. This is the 8-ball.
In case that's immediately where your brain went
from the 70s. That has everyone knows the 8-ball.
That you ask the questions and you shake it up and you get an answer.
But this is the reckoning ball. So every answer's Southern.
Okay, so you asked one and then I got one too.
I have to put my glasses on.
Oh, yeah, you got to get the reading glasses on. I reckon you better put your reading glasses on.
I reckon I better get them on. So, all right. So I guess you want to ask me a question or ask you a question?
I don't care. We can go either way.
Okay, I'm gonna ask you a question.
Okay.
So are you gonna get all dolled up for the fair we're going to on Friday night? Let's find out. What is? Oh, and you gotta shake it just right because the light and it's real dark.
You gotta shake it.
I had to learn to maneuver.
It says no, ma'am.
Damn it!
I think your wrecking ball's broken.
Yeah, because it does not know me. I don't think it knows me.
Am I gonna get lucky tonight? Show enough. Okay, it's not broken. We're good.
Isn't it funny? So this is going to be our official one. And I think that when we have guests, we should make every guest answer a reckoning question.
Yes, have a reckoning question.
Yes. Okay. So
I love it.
Yeah. So Amy, thank you. And I played with this all weekend too.
I bet you did.
So like Rick would ask me a question. I'd be like, I don't know.
Let's see.
Let's find out.
I reckon we're about to find out.
The different ones are like, yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. This one's I reckon not. Wait, what's this one? I'm fixing to. I'm fixing to answer.
I'm fixing to.
I love it. So thank you, Amy. It's really funny.
Those were amazing.
And I enjoyed it all weekend long. Rick was laughing about it too. He took a lot of humor into it. He goes, someone sent y'all a gift?
Yeah, we're loved.
He was like, that's so weird. But they realize what a dork you are.
That's why they love us.
He goes, I don't understand why they like listening to two bitches and the half truth. That's what he's renamed the podcast.
That is literally my favorite. I love it.
So ridiculous.
I love our name, and I'm happy with our name. But oh my gosh, if we could have another name, that's the only thing that's better.
I laugh every time he says it. Y'all going to record two bitches and the half truth? He doesn't sound that country, but I do. And
I like it when you make him sound that country.
Well,
though, that's fun.
He's instead of saying wash, it's a North Texas. It's a North Texas like small town accent. I wouldn't even say it's a country accent. It's a North Texas small accent. When instead of saying wash, you say wash. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna go wash the clothes. I gotta wash my feet.
My washer machine.
Right. And so when Rick was little and he was in school and he was learning to spell the word wash, he put an R in it. And the teacher's like, tell me where there is an R in wash. And he was like, tell me where there's not. He had no idea.
Point proven.
Bless his heart. Wait.
Bless your heart.
Oh.
I'm sure there's people out there listening to us blessing our hearts right now.
I know.
Because we're so
please
ridiculous.
do. I need it.
Yeah, all we can get.
It's not going to hurt us anyways.
Lord, baby Jesus, help me.
Help us, please. All right. So on to the next subject, which is girls' night, because Kelly just had a girls' night.
I did just have a girls' night, and it was fun because it was different. We usually stay around these parts being Waxahachie Rocket. But our friend Sunday is from up in Dallas. I do not know the specific place because I have, my brain. I'm surprised I remember she lives up there. But we went up to her neck of the woods because she always drives down here. So we want to try to help make it, a little bit more equal sometimes, and that's good. When you have friends, you need to remember not always take everything for granted or like proximity. If you have friends that are having to drive a long way to come see you, every now and then you need to make the effort to drive up and see them. And so that's why I'm trying to, get out of my box, because for me, going to new places can always be very kind of like anxiety inducing, because
especially Dallas.
Yeah. It's already too much for me to handle. And then also it's a new place. I don't have my people there. I don't have, I'm not a regular. I don't know the people who work there, And those kind of things help me to relax and have a better time. Knowing the people who work there, knowing where all the exits are, knowing where the security cameras are, like.
Yeah. You got an exit plan.
A little extra, okay?
You know who carry? No.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
I know who's carrying around,
Yeah,
Yes, it's true. But so we went to dinner. We went to Razoo's, which I love Razoo's. Oh my gosh, I love Cajun food. And then we went to this little bar. Now, can I remember the name of the bar? No. I wish Sunday was here. She could help me out. But it was really neat. It was like a little hole in the wall, but with not a little hole. It was kind of cool.
Yeah.
Pool tables, and they had like a couple like arcade games and stuff, and then a little bar area, and they have food, and they had a little stage set up. And of course, guess what was going on that night?
Karaoke.
It was karaoke night. I don't know how I do this. It's like a magic power.
It's the gods of karaoke. They're like, we want her to sing. This is
anywhere that I go, even if it's not planned. It can be a random place I've never been. Let's do it. Last minute plans. Let's just go here, and they're gonna have karaoke going on.
I believe you.
It could be a donut shop, and I'm walking in and like, what are you singing?
Put your name on the list.
Oh my gosh! So of course. We do karaoke, and when I say we do karaoke, I mean I do karaoke, because literally none of my running around girlfriends
sing.
Do it. They are the best cheerleaders, and thank you so much. I love you to death.
We're not trying to follow you.
But it's always just like, okay, Kelly, get up there and sing.
Yeah, go make everybody stare at our table.
Go get us some drinks.
Yeah, that's basically how that works.
You know what? That's okay. I know my role, and I play it well.
You do it well.
I try to do my best.
It does work every time.
To make y'all proud.
You do it. You do it. Meanwhile, we're over there like singing off key.
Yeah.
She's like, stop. You're throwing me off.
I'm gonna like put my fingers in my ears. I'm just
it's
kidding.
so bad.
I'm just kidding.
I can't sing
it.
to save my life.
But really, karaoke is that's what it's supposed to be for. It's supposed to be for the people who don't care, can't really sing, but they're up there doing
I will
their thing
sing,
anyways.
But I have to be drinking a lot.
Yeah, I understand.
And
I get
almost
that a lot.
always has to be Dixie Chicks or Dolly Parton.
Yeah.
That's about it. It's got to be them, you know. Oh, it can be Miranda Lambert.
Yeah.
You know, a fun song, not a serious song. But yeah. So I'm in it.
Well, so we had a couple of interesting things that happened that night. One of them was this young man came over, and he was very funny because he introduced himself and then immediately said, I have to stand over here for 3 minutes so that I can get a shot.
30 minutes or three?
3 minutes.
Oh, that's not bad at all.
I guess his friends dared him to go over to us.
It was smart to give a time frame.
You have to stay over there and talk to them for at least 3 minutes,
Yeah.
and we'll buy you a shot. And he did. So, and I was like, well, thanks for being honest. So yeah, you totally can.
Unless they just use that line at every bar.
That could. Ooh, hey, that's pretty good.
That's a damn good line. Because then you're like, you think you're helping him, and he's like, he's letting you in on the secret. That's brilliant.
It really is. But it definitely worked, because I was like, yeah, sure, that's fine. I said, thanks for being honest. You could totally stand over and talk to us unless you're too creepy, and then we're going to make you leave.
Right. But I mean, think about that line, because it lets you know he's interested.
Yeah.
Or he wouldn't have come over.
Yeah.
Like, they must think you're pretty, or they wouldn't have dared him to do it.
You kind of makes you want to play into it.
Yes.
It's fun.
It's brilliant.
Yeah,
the more
really
I think about it, it might be the best one we've ever
We're
discussed.
going to have to try this.
Yeah, right there. Yeah, as if you need it. We walk in, and we walk into Big Al's down the hatch to record. We have to get unlocked for the studio next door. You know where I'm going with this. And we walk in, and we're trying to figure out where the key is. So we walk over to the door where we need to unlock, and then I go to locate the woman with the key, and I leave Kelly alone for 10 seconds. And in that time,
that's all it takes.
This guy, this older man, waves her over to let her know how pretty she is. I never do this. I come back. She goes, 10 seconds. She left me alone for 10 seconds. See what happened?
She's like, I know. I'm sorry. Let's go.
Sorry. I saw it too. I came around the corner. I was like, damn, I was barely gone.
I was trying to mind my own business, not make eye contact.
I saw you avoiding looking at him.
I did. And then I was waiting. I was like, you were taking a little long. So I kind of scooched over because I couldn't see the hallway from where I was at. And so I scooched over a little too far. And then I was in range of him being like, hey, miss. And then
it was over.
It was over from there.
Awkward.
But he was sweet. I mean, I don't mind it, especially when this is a good segue to the compliments thing that I want to talk to you about. I like compliments, and do I try to fish for compliments or expect compliments or anything like that? No. I'm actually a little awkward when it comes to compliments. I don't mind people like giving me compliments or doting on me or telling me how pretty I am, but at the same time, it's really hard to.
There's a fine line.
I'm like, what do you say other than thank you?
Yeah.
And that's why I say thank you. I really appreciate the compliment, because it does mean a lot to me, because it's hard for me to give people compliments. Because it's
awkward.
It's hard for me to talk to people anyways, because I am kind of shy, and people wouldn't think that I'm shy, but I am. I kind of keep to myself, and I don't necessarily start conversations. It's usually I have to be asked a question, or I have to be. I'm like a freaking genie bottle or something. You gotta rub the side. Okay, don't rub me.
Don't actually rub the side. You gotta rub the bottle.
If you rub me, I'm gonna stab you. But if you just ask me a question, then I'll talk to you. But it's hard for me to be the first person to say something. And I will sit in my own head and fight with myself too, to tell somebody something or say something to somebody. And it can even be my boyfriend. I'll be sitting there say this, or ask him this question, or ask him this. And I just won't. I'll just sit there and be quiet because it's weird. But that's what I do.
You're overthinking things.
I know, I do. So I'm not a big on compliments, but I can take them. But to me, it is a little awkward. But I was thinking about it, and I was having this conversation with Marilee and Sunday just this weekend. And I really don't know what got into it, but I think we were talking about compliments or something like that. And I was like, you know what? It's funny. My boyfriend actually doesn't compliment me like that. Not to say that he never has. He probably has. I could probably count on one hand though, and probably only use 3 fingers
in 3 years.
And that's in over 3 years. Yeah. He doesn't make comments on my physical appearance.
Right.
And I actually really like that. Because he,
the relationship's not about your look.
Yeah, he's not like overly doting on me or pouring out all this, where you just think it's phony, But he doesn't. I love clothes. I'm really big into fashion. I love dressing my body well. So I always am getting new, interesting things or something new or doing something different.
Well, you definitely have your
hair.
own style.
Yeah, and I dress up and I like to look nice, but I've always been that way. And anywhere we can be going to the grocery store. I'm gonna look nice. I'm always overdressed in other people's opinion. In my opinion, I like to look nice all the time because who knows what I'm gonna end up doing that day. I want to be ready for anything, and I want to be ready to meet anybody. And you know what I mean?
Yep.
So. But he doesn't say anything. I can wear a really nice new dress, and he's not going to say, "Oh, baby, you look good."
Yeah.
Oh, I like that dress. He just doesn't do it. He's just always happy. He'll immediately come over to me and hug me and kiss me. And he gives me affection.
Right.
And that's how he shows me that he likes me. He doesn't tell me these things. Right. He doesn't use it. He doesn't do it by words. He does it by action. If I'm wearing a really nice dress that looks really nice on me, he's not going to say, "Ooh, that looks good on you." He's going to come over and he's going to lift up my dress or something like that.
All right. And that's telling you, just not verbally.
I know. He doesn't verbalize these things. He's a physical person.
Yeah.
But
Rick tells me, he will compliment me and be like, "You look real nice," or "You look beautiful," or he'll kind of make a joke out of him. He's like, "Oh, look at you." You know what I mean? He has an accent. He does. The accent comes out. It's a really bad Irish accent. It's really bad. And he does it every day, all the time. It's really funny. His other thing he'll be like, "Oh, so you couldn't get shorter." That's the shortest you could find, I'm guessing. And
they didn't have a skimpier dress at the store?
You couldn't have worn a little less. Or, "Oh, I see your boobs. Want everyone to see them." And he's joking. And
that would get on my nerves though.
Yeah, my thing is, and he knows this, if you comment it, I'm going to buy another one.
Yep.
A size smaller.
Yep.
And so that's how I operate. So
I have to say that I kind of like it though. I was thinking about it. Obviously, it's not a problem because I've been with this man over 3 years. I don't need the compliments from me. I get everything that I need, he gives me.
Right.
But it's just really funny to think back because I was actually trying to think of any times I remember him giving me a compliment that I didn't fish for. And I've started fishing.
Yeah.
and because I usually don't do that either. I'm not like, "Oh, do you like this?
Yeah.
Oh, do you think I look?" Because I don't need that from him.
See, I will get in the truck, and if he doesn't say something and I think I look really cute, I'll get in the truck and I'll be like, "Yes, Zada, I do think you look beautiful." And I'll pretend like I'm him. I'm like, "Zada, look at that dress. It's amazing." And then he'll laugh and he'll be like, "It's a very pretty dress."
I should probably do that.
I do it all the time. He laughs. I'm like, "Zada, your hair looks amazing. What did you do different?"
Thank you for these tips.
He just laughs and then he says it sometimes in an Irish accent.
Yeah, I did bring it up to him just the other night though, because I started thinking about it over the weekend, and then I was like, I want to see, and I put on this bright purple lipstick yesterday. I really loved it, and I got a lot of reactions from people because I work with kids, so
and it's
they're
purple.
So they're like, "What?" Because I was wearing a purple shirt, and so I just took it up a notch. And they were like, "Oh my gosh, purple lipstick all day." So this purple lipstick, comments from these kids. And I get home and, my boyfriend comes in and he comes over and says hi to me and gives me a kiss and all this stuff like that. Never says a thing about this purple lipstick. Nope. This bright ass purple lipstick.
Nope. It's just like the meme.
Doesn't even faze him.
It's like the meme where they're sitting. I brought this up before, where the couple's sitting in bed and she's imagining what he's thinking. And he's cheating. Da 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 da. And he's over there like, did I turn off the sprinkler?
What time do I have to be at work tomorrow?
He's like, in his head, he's thinking, oh, cool purple lipstick. But
yes,
he's
but
not going to say
it. He does not verbalize it. And then a little bit later, before I took it off, I said, baby, do you like this purple lipstick? And he said, yeah, babe, looks good on you. I was like, but he said, you always look good. You know you always look good. And I was like, yeah, but you never say it. He's like, you don't need me to say it. You know you look good, girl. You know.
Yeah. Rick says that too. That's funny.
I said, yes, you're right. I do know I look good.
But
and
I still want you to say
want
it.
you to tell me how good I look. Does it have to be all the time? No. But when I wear bright ass purple lipstick,
I want to hear it.
Or a really sexy red dress or what.
I don't know. You cut your hair dramatically different.
I did.
That's one thing you might want to bring up that he never said anything about.
Yeah. So I did cut my hair, and it was a life-changing event. It always is for me.
You got a pretty dramatic haircut.
My hair is my security blanket, and I know some people who relate to that, like especially if you have really long, pretty, healthy hair, and it has always been my security blanket. Yeah. I keep it long, and I take care of it, and it's like my baby. And I got to the point though that. When I was talking to my therapist about it as well, and she said, it's fine because it's not an unhealthy thing. It's your hair, but at the same time, you don't want to, just because something has always been this way and it's always been something that you've needed doesn't mean that it always has to be. Mm-hmm. So don't hold yourself back because this is something that has always been your security blanket. You might be fine without it. Don't tell yourself that you wouldn't be. Yeah. And if you want to go out and cut your hair, go cut your hair. There's nobody telling you can't do it except for you. And so I was like, you know what? I'm tired of it being my security blanket. I'm ready for it to be, an asset to me, like an accessory, something I can have fun with, and not, I love my hair, but I want to be able to do more than just grow it, and so I went and I went and trimmed it first. I trimmed about 3 inches off. And then this past weekend, I was thinking about it, and I was like, why? Just go and do what you want to do, Kelly. And so I did. That Monday, I went right into the salon and, I had her chop it all the way off. So it is now right below my shoulders, right at about my collarbone, and it's layered, and I have bangs.
Yes.
And so this drastic. It is drastic. I look completely different. The kids at the Boys and Girls Club were like, "Oh my gosh, you like a different person."
She looks like a Soviet spy. She looks like Natasha.
I love that you.
She does
like a spy. I totally feel like a freaking there's a thing. There's this movie that I love, and it's called Red Sparrow, and it has Jennifer Lawrence in it. She's one of my favorite actresses, and turns into like a Russian spy in the movie, and she has these like bangs that are amazing. And I've always thought, I was like, man, I want some bangs like that, but I don't think I could pull it off. But I just went for it. And another movie that I started watching that the kids at the club told me to start watching, Wednesday. It's a new spinoff of like the Addams Family, and it's all about Wednesday, and she has bangs in that movie as well. Yeah. And so now I feel like I am the perfect mixture of Russian spy and Wednesday Addams.
I'm agreeing.
And I think it's working for me.
And
I like
what
it.
did Dante say about the haircut when you walked in?
Okay, and that was another question I got. The kids were like, "Did you tell your boyfriend?" I'm like, "Nope, sure did not. He has no idea that this just happened. He's just gonna walk in to the house and see it." And I was like, "Obviously, he's gonna say something about this. Like, this is like big." And actually, he did. He walked in, and the first thing he saw obviously was the bangs. And he was like, "Baby," he's like, "You got bangs." He's like, "You didn't think I was going to notice you got bangs?" I was like, but he still didn't say anything like positive or negative. Nothing. It just acknowledged the fact that I had them.
Right.
But honestly, that's a big step.
Yeah. Bless his heart.
I have to freaking get bangs for
Dante.
God love him.
Oh, that's so funny.
Yeah.
Rick's not good with change. So if I showed up with bangs, he might cry. Quite honestly, I think he has an attachment issue to my hair.
Probably.
Now that I think about it, but it was about your length right now is what length it was when I met him. I cut my hair after my divorce. I went to my chin, and I liked it. It was cute, you know what I mean. But it just wasn't me. I'm a long haired girl, but I liked it, and it was fun, and I got to play with it and that kind of stuff.
I'm very excited about it.
Yeah, it's cute. And now you're a spy. So there's that.
There really is that. And it's so funny that you called me a spy because right before I saw you, I went to the thrift store today and there was this lady in front of me and she was paying and it was taking a while because the lady was wrapping up some of her things that could break or breakable. And so she turns to me and she's like, I'm sorry, I apologize for taking so long. And I was like, that's okay. I'm a patient person. And well, she ends up asking me because they have, some music playing, some holiday music playing. And so she asked me, she's like, oh, what is your favorite holiday song or, Christmas carol? And I told her, I really love The Drummer Boy because I love the drums in that song. And I also really love Silent Night because that was my father's favorite. And I would always sing that to him because that was his favorite. And she said, oh, was your father from here or was he from Germany? And I was like, oh, no, he's from here. And I thought that was such a weird thing for her to ask me, like, why of all places would you say Germany? And then I was like walking out and I was like, oh, spy hair.
She was thinking Russia. She got confused.
I forgot. That was my alter ego. Is now spy girl. And I am from Russia.
I would totally be having fun with an accent. I'm just saying.
I am going to start working on it.
Rick can teach you how to speak with one.
Okay.
If you need one. I have a very bad Irish one. He kind of sounds like the guy in Lucky Charms commercials. I'm not kidding. That's exactly what he sounds like. Like, I think that's where he got it from.
Probably.
I'm like, why? And his daughter's like, why? What is going on with the accent, Dad? So the other night he decided he's going to do a Hispanic accent. Now, mind you, he's Hispanic. It's the worst. He's so bad at it. He's the whitest Hispanic person.
He's a Mexican.
I was like, yes. I said, you are embarrassing your heritage.
You need to stop right now.
You have got to stop. It's ridiculous. He was like, well, that's how I do the Irish one. Oh, God, I don't even know what to do with you. Bless your heart.
Okay, so maybe I don't want his help with the Russian accent. Maybe
you may not. You may not. I will say he did something funny this weekend. I wanted to do a Christmas movie night, and I only had Zoll this weekend, my youngest child. So I had Zoll, and then his daughter was coming home from college for the weekend. So we had the 15 and an 18-year-old home. And so I asked the kids, I was like, do y'all want to do a movie night and watch Christmas movies and, that kind of stuff. And they're like, yeah. I was like, we can make cookies, watch Christmas movies. But I don't watch.
Sounds like so much fun.
Yeah, it sounds like what we did last year. And so, but I don't have a TV. I don't watch TV except for the one that my son plays video games on, and it's pretty small. I mean, real small. It's like the size of like a computer screen, So I was like, all right, yeah, we'll watch it. And so he's like, what are y'all watching Christmas movies on that TV right there? And I was like, yeah. He was like, y'all can't even see. How are you going to make out what's going on? It's so small. I was like, it's fine. We're not TV people. I mean, we've survived, okay, all these years. And so he was like, okay, ha, ha, ha. And he leaves the house and went to ride horses for a while. He went to ride horses, and I went to Dallas with Mary for lunch. So I come back. And he's home putting up a new TV. And it's massive. You saw it.
I saw it's huge.
And I'm like, this is for the bedroom? And he was like, yeah. I was like, oh my God. And he goes, yeah, because we have a living area in the bedroom. So the kids can still watch on the couch in the bedroom. Mm-hmm. And so I'm like, okay, I guess we're going to watch really big movies. But he had put the deer head up, and he put the deer head up on that wall that's staring at me and, judging me and trying to kill me in my sleep.
Yes.
But the damn TV is so big, it's covering half the deer head. And so I said, what are you going to do about your deer? He goes, it's fine right there. I was like, half its body is covered.
It's like peeking over.
It is. I said, it's peeking over, judging you for what you're watching. So we've decided that the deer has to move now to make room for the damn big ass TV.
Oh my gosh, men. What is it with men and their obsession of buying huge television?
Well, he's not even a TV person. And I mean, it was very sweet. He bought it so I could watch Christmas movies.
I know, that is
and
sweet.
So it was very sweet and unexpected, But then he says to me, we're talking about Christmas gifts. And he says, he's trying to figure out what to get me for Christmas. Yeah. And we're not Christmas givers. We're not gift givers. We're not those people. Like, I buy things for people because I see it and I'm like, oh my God, this is just, reminds me of this person. It'll be a little trinket. Yeah. You know what I mean? Nothing major. I don't like to make people feel like they need to invest money in a gift for me and vice versa. Like, I can afford my own things, Yeah. And I know how you feel about stuff like that. And so we just don't put a lot on Christmas, And now for the kids, we do. I mean, I make sure they get something nice and then some small gifts, whatever. Nothing that's I can't pay cash for. Okay, I'm not going into debt.
Yeah.
And so they get a decent Christmas, but we're not like buying new cars for Christmas, and we're not like going out and like my ex-husband and his wife. They spend like it's hundreds of dollars on each other, the husband and wife. Mm-hmm. Like he'll get like a new TV and an Xbox for Christmas, and I'm like, that's kid gifts, but whatever. That's how they celebrate. That's them. We're not like that. So Rick's like, I got an idea. Because he had gone to Best Buy and picked out the TV, and while there, he noticed the Dysons, and I've mentioned I want a Dyson. Mm-hmm. I have a good vacuum, but it's older and it's not as good as it was, and I really just want something good for like my cat hair on the couch. And so I'm like, I want a Dyson because my son has one and it works really good, when I use his. So, whatever. So then he brings up, I saw the Dysons there. What about for Christmas? I get you a Dyson. And I was like, you want to get me something to clean with for Christmas?
I don't think he really thought that out.
No, he instantly realized where he went wrong.
Bless your heart.
And I literally used this button at that moment. I did, because I had the button. And I was like, dude, you can't, I don't want to, I said, I don't even care if you buy me a $20 like makeup bag. I would love that more than a Dyson.
Yeah.
Because I don't want you to buy me something because you think I want to clean with it. And I do clean a lot. Okay. That's cool. But that's a household gift.
Yeah.
That's not a mom gift, a wife gift, a girlfriend gift.
Yep. It's so true.
He did instantly where he realized where he went wrong. But then he asked me to go on, Two Bitches and the Half Truth and explain to the world this, because he doesn't feel like all other men know.
That's good information.
So
you don't want to give your wife a cleaning supply. Now, do you think that
men feel that way about tools?
Cookware and like kitchen stuff and falls under the same category?
I do, unless she says, "Hey, I really want this."
Yeah,
and then
Or he's like buying you some like vintage Fiesta wear or something that he knows that you collect. Now that's a little bit different. But if you're buying me something to clean, no, do not buy me.
I'm a baker and I would never in a million years pay $300 for a mixer because I'm tight with money. And you're like, I'm going to do this for her because she loves to bake. And I see that as different.
Yeah.
But I don't love to vacuum. Yeah. I've never loved vacuuming.
I just see you twirling around your living room, holding your vacuum cleaner.
I mean, I don't know. And
singing to the birds.
Yes, it's not going to happen. And so he did instantly get where he was wrong. And so I've talked to a few people about this, and they've all agreed that, not the best idea. Yeah. But they're like, but a Dyson is really nice.
I see where he was going with it.
I do
see his side of it.
And he goes,
he's trying to treat you.
Yes. And he goes, but you are really hard to shop for, and I can't think of what you want. And I go, that's really weird, because on Facebook, like about a week and a half ago, I very clearly tagged you and put, I really wish Rick, tag, would buy me tickets to Tyler Childers. I would love to see him in concert again. There's your sign.
Yes. Very.
I literally tagged you. And he goes, oh, I just thought you wanted that. I didn't know you wanted that as a Christmas gift. I was like, okay, you know what? Buy me the vacuum for Christmas and just buy me the tickets because I wanted them. If we want to go that direction.
Yeah, there you go. Just cover all of the bases there. There you go.
And he laughed. So
bases loaded. Bases loaded.
Bases are loaded. We're going to see. But I'm not going to lie. I don't have a lot of faith that he's going to figure this out. He's really, and I see.
Yeah, especially when you tagged him and he still didn't take
And he still didn't. Yeah. The thing is, he doesn't like concerts. And so so I told him that. And then we had a conversation yesterday on the Third Wheel podcast when we were recording it. And it was about gifts and Amy and Al and everything. And Amy was handing Al the gift ideas. Like, she's like literally telling him exactly what she likes, And he is just staring off into space, doesn't have no clue, just clueless.
Nothing's computing.
Just like
poor.
The whole time, I'm like, bless your heart, Al, bless your heart, you're not getting this. He was like, what? And I'm like, she's telling you right now. She's literally using the words.
She is communicating right in front of your face. You're not getting it.
These men, bless their hearts. We're praying for y'all.
way.
But at the same time, does it work that way with men with tools? You know, a lot of women get men tools and like do they get excited about that? I think Rick would be happy.
Yeah. But I think that when it comes to like fixing things and building things and making things and tinkering with things, I don't believe that is in the same category as household
Cleaning.
Chores. Okay,
True.
that's
It's a difference between a hobby
and a chore.
and a chore.
It is.
That's very true.
If it's something that they're doing because it is their hobby, it's something that they do and enjoy.
Yes.
And they're not doing it out of necessity and I have to do this.
Right.
It's a chore.
Yeah, I agree with you. So yeah, bad idea, guys.
No washing machines.
No air fryers.
Dryers.
No. I bought an air fryer on Black Friday for myself. And I already had one, but I needed a bigger one, you know, because
Of course, we always need bigger fryers in Texas.
Well, yeah, basically. And well, he moved in, and man likes every damn thing fried, so I needed more frying capacity. So I come home with it, and he was like, "Why'd you buy that?" And I was like, "Because we need more frying capacity because my air fryer, you know, whatever." And I said, Zaylee and I both agree we've gained weight since you moved in, and we're done with this. Like you eat too fattening. And so I'd get the air fryer or whatever. And he was like, "What if I was going to get you one of those as a gift?" And I was like, "I guess you'd want me to throw it upside your head. I don't know. I don't want an air fryer for Christmas." This is hard. You know?
This is the kind of thing I buy me for Christmas. Not that you buy me for Christmas.
I bought it for myself for a Tuesday. It was a Friday. For a Friday. This was my Friday
Happy
gift to myself.
Friday.
I do, you know, that is something that I do for myself. And when I was, you know, going through the divorce lean years for the first few years of that. And when I was married, the whole time I was married. I was broke the whole time I was married. He was not good with money. And then the first few years after that, you know, it was struggle. So you just don't get to buy yourself anything. Like when you're a mom, especially, like you're not going into Target and buying yourself a new outfit. You're going in Target and getting diapers.
Yeah.
You know,
I feel you.
And so, yeah, I'm sure you did.
Well, I don't. But.
Yeah, not at all. And she's like, I literally have no clue what you're talking about.
I only go into Target for myself. I'm
right.
sorry.
So I made a goal for myself that I would every payday buy myself one thing I really liked. And I live by that. It doesn't have to be anything big or expensive.
Just something.
It can be a meal. It can be, you know, I don't necessarily need that many things.
Yeah.
But it was about not taking care of myself, not putting myself as a priority. Mm-hmm. I think a lot of time moms especially don't make themselves a priority, you know. So I try to do that with my gift giving to myself.
I'm not a gift giver, and I think it's not my love language. And I buy for myself, and therefore I don't need anything. I'm a very simple person, and the only thing that I ever really buy for myself is my clothes and the stuff that, you know, that kind of thing. So there's really nothing when it comes to the holidays or it comes to like even birthdays or something. My family, and I've been this way ever since I was young, they don't buy me gifts. They know that I'm not going to be buying for them and don't buy for me. My gift is my presence. Like I'm going to show up. I'm going to spend quality time.
And your feelings won't be hurt.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Not at all. Like I'm going to spend quality time and just hang out and enjoy that. And I want the food that they're cooking and that's it. Like
when I go to Rick's, you know, I go to either Thanksgiving or Christmas with his family every year when I don't have my kids, whichever one. And they do a white elephant for Christmas. And
I enjoy that. That's fun.
I never participate.
No.
And he thinks it's weird I don't participate. I'm the only one that doesn't participate.
Why don't you participate?
Well, because they draw the names on Thanksgiving, and I'm not. If I'm gonna be there for Christmas, that means I'm not there on Thanksgiving.
Oh, so they buy for somebody.
Everybody draws a name.
See, I thought you were talking about the game where you like Al plays at his Christmas party where you bring a gift.
They do that too. Yeah. They do both.
That
they do
is
white elephant,
I like that.
And they all do, you know, that. And now there's been a few years that Rick has bought a gift from me for the white elephant part, so I'd participate basically. But I just want to sit back and watch. I enjoy watching everybody else doing it. I'm a watcher.
Yeah, I feel you.
Yeah, but his family gets real into it, like competitive.
Yeah.
So like last year, Rick bought a Yeti, and it was like, to me, it was rose gold. Okay, it was really cute. It was rose gold. In his head, it was like copper, but it was rose gold. He thinks it's copper, and he liked it because he thought it looked like copper. And so he picked his own gift, and he does it every year. He picks his own gift because he knows he's going to like it. It'll be like a good flashlight, or it'll be like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so he picks his own rose gold gift. Well, then his cousin or his aunt stole it. I believe it was. You know, you can steal in the way. So she steals it because she likes it. His daughter picked it because he told her to. I think you can't pick your own first or something like that. So he told her to. So the aunt stole it. So then he stole it from the aunt, and then it can't be stolen again. Mm-hmm. Like they have a 2 rule, whatever. That aunt was so pissed off. She's like, it's pink. That's rose gold. Why do you want a rose gold Yeti? That's my favorite. I love. He's like, it's copper. Can I tell you, he carries it every day. He really does use it every day, and it's almost been a year. It'll be a year this Christmas. He carries that damn rose gold. I tease him all the time. I get in the truck. Oh, because you got the rose gold Yeti on you.
You're pretty, you little Yeti.
Yes, and then this weekend, Kelly and I are going to a little get together, which y'all will hear about it after the fact. But we're going to a little Christmas party at Al's, and it's a white elephant.
I'm pretty excited about this. And I'm pretty excited that I had 2 people ask me too.
Yes, Kelly got asked on 2 dates for it.
And I couldn't choose.
I know. So we're all going together. Kelly is my date and our friend Terry's date.
Yep.
Because Rick is hunting and has no interest in this. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because you asked me, once you realized Rick wasn't going, you were like, well, do you want to be my date? And I was like, yeah, sure. And then Terry asked me, he was like, do you want to be my date? And I'm like, yeah, sure.
Yes, Terry is our little partner in crime.
I love it.
Yes. And
me and Cindy went over to his house the other day and got in his hot tub.
Oh, did you really?
And it was amazing.
Terry graduated in 1967, right? And we went to his 55-year high school reunion with him. And he brought both of us. And I'm sure we were the talk of the reunion. But
it was so much fun.
He's awesome.
I loved it.
We absolutely love him.
He's definitely one of my new favorite people.
Yeah, he's a pretty good guy. And always has a good story. Yeah.
When we actually met up here, me and Sunday, and then him and Al was up here, and we were talking about going to get in the hot tub. He was like, oh yeah, you going to get in the hot tub? And Terry said, yeah. Al said, if you build it, they will come.
Yeah.
I said, well, we're going.
Yeah. Checking it out. That's funny. That's good. I'm glad you had a good time.
Yeah, it was fun. He has a pretty nice little crash pad there.
He does have a nice little setup. He's got like a little man room and all kinds of good stuff. Yeah.
I was like, you live here all by yourself? Yeah. I was like, you needed a roommate?
Because I'll take that room right over there.
That's nice. And I can go and get in the hot tub every morning.
Yeah. All the time. He's like, yes, you can move in right now.
He's like, I can get you a key.
He's so cute. Ridiculous. We're going to have to get Terry a Christmas gift.
You know, he probably is the one person I would buy for.
Yeah. We can't listen to the podcast, so we can't discuss it.
We'll discuss this later. We'll talk about that later.
Yeah, we can't clue him in. We'll tell you all about it after Christmas.
Yeah.
I have to think of something
to be continued.
Good. It is. So I have a little Christmas Girls Weekend coming up, and Kelly.
Oh, I don't even want to hear about it.
Yeah, Kelly's leaving.
Bye.
She's had enough.
I'll see you later.
The weekend before Christmas, Erica and I have decided that we need to go to San Saba and have a Winter Girls Weekend, and we've never done a Winter's Girl Weekend.
I want to go so bad. I might just cancel on my family.
It's her family Christmas. You don't get gifts anyway.
I know, but they'll be
Christmas.
so sad if I'm not there because we didn't get to do Thanksgiving because a lot of people got sick.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So maybe a lot of people. That's bad wish sickness on your family.
Can't do that. But if it happens.
It's funny because a lot of times when I want something to happen, it happens. The universe just works that way for me. And even when it's things like that, if it's something I really don't want to do, something always ends up keeping it not from happening. And it happens literally all of the time.
I'm not even surprised.
All of the time. Even just the other day when we were going to record, and I was talking to one of the girls up at the Boys and Girls Club. She's like, what are you going to do tonight? I was like, oh, I'm supposed to go record a podcast. She's like, oh yeah. And I was like, but I'm really tired, and I'd gotten my hair cut, and that is really emotional for me.
Yeah.
And so I just felt like kaput,
Yeah.
But I wanted to do it, but I, at the same time I was like, eh. And then it ended up, we couldn't do it.
Yeah.
And things like that always happen. Or I'll think about seeing somebody or think about wanting something and I get it. I find it or it appears or they appear.
I'm not surprised. I think that the world, it listens.
I really do too. And it's the energy too, the energy that you give out and the things that, if you're in the right mindset and, and open to and looking for it.
Yeah.
I think that it really
Well, and
does.
I have been, we had talked about it a few times the last few months about trying to do one in December, and we just couldn't come up with one that everybody could do. And then Erica called me and was like, hey, what are the chances we could do here's a 6-day window. A girls' night or whatever weekend. That's why I can do a weekend. If I don't, I looked, I didn't have my kids, and I was like, you know what? Because the anniversary of my brother passing is on Christmas Day, and this is the week before Christmas, and I thought this is perfect because I'm gonna need to keep myself occupied, but also we're gonna have Bonnie there, my sister-in-law, and it's gonna help keep her occupied. Yeah. And I think it always cheers her up when we come.
Yeah.
And I haven't seen her much lately because usually hunting season I'm there a lot. But this year I got a kid that's a senior, so she's kept me occupied on a lot of weekends. So I've been staying home a lot, So I'm really excited about it. And all I can think about is what I'm going to cook.
What day are you going down?
Friday.
On Friday?
On Friday, yeah.
Staying all weekend?
Yes.
Well, I hope you'll have fun.
And Brandy's coming. And Erica and Darla and Bonnie. I think that's everybody. We didn't really ask a bunch of people because it is just the week before Christmas. And but yeah, Kelly couldn't make it.
Oh my gosh.
I'm so sorry. But I'll have stories about that coming up soon. I'm so sure it'll be wonderful. And
stories and pictures, please.
Stories and pictures and songs. Hopefully there'll be some songs written about it.
I'm sure there will be.
I'm sure there will be as well. So I'm excited about it. It's been a minute, and I haven't really been doing a lot lately. Really, since Rick moved in, I've really tried to focus on us, making this family unit and getting used to that. And then I can, venture out a little bit more and that kind of stuff. But for now, I felt like that's where I needed to focus. And I want him to focus on it,
Yeah.
And so it's been a minute. And I do on the weekends tend to do something with my girlfriends every weekend, something small. But I'm looking forward to an actual girls' weekend. This Saturday, Mary called me the night before and was like, you want to have lunch? I'm like, yeah, let's meet up, whatever, And we went and had Chinese food in Dallas, and it was so freaking good. But I knew we were having Chinese for dinner because we had decided to watch A Christmas Story. And if you watch A Christmas Story, you have to eat Chinese food while you're watching it.
Oh, of course.
So I knew we were eating Chinese food for dinner again, but I went ahead and went for it. And I literally ate Chinese food for lunch and dinner. There's a lot of Chinese food for me, but it was so good. It was so good. And years ago, my stepmother was real sick and she was in the hospital. So my dad was spending Christmas Day with her. And typically I spent Christmas Day with my dad, my stepmom, and my kids, obviously. And so I was like, well, I didn't want my dad to go home alone after that. So I was like, we'll come over and we'll have dinner with you or hang out with you and open some presents at the end of the day. We won't be there the whole day.
Yeah.
He's like, okay. And so the kids are like, well, what are we going to do for Christmas dinner? That's a big dinner for us. I was like, how about we go get Chinese food like in A Christmas Story? Mm-hmm. And they're like, yes. That's one of our favorite movies. We're obsessed with that movie. And so I'm like, all right, I know where there's a Chinese food restaurant that's open on Christmas Day.
Yeah.
Because on the way to my dad's house, you drive through Chinatown in Dallas, and my dad used to live over by there and we used to frequent those places a lot. And, so I went online and looked to see which ones were open on Christmas Day. And this one was open, and I hadn't been there in years, but I remembered it was very authentic because my dad had taken me there and I remember it was really cool looking. So I was like, this is going to be a cool looking, authentic looking one. Mm-hmm. So it's going to be like the movies. This is what I'm going for. Right. So I'm like, all right, so we get there. Nobody speaks English. The menu is in Chinese. There's no English on the menu. And it's not the same owners. It's not the same restaurant anymore.
It's still pretty authentic though, I guess.
Yes, it's more authentic. So you walk into the front room, like the entryway where the person seats you, and it's a glass room, and it's all ducks, cooked ducks or whatever they are, hanging from the ceilings. And they're real ducks. They're, duck everywhere. And it looks just like the movie. Remember they bring out the duck and they chop the head off? That's exactly what I'm looking at. And so I'm like, and the kids are just, their faces were priceless. They were excited but scared. And one was like, we need to go. This is not for us. And we're also the only white people. It is all Asian people. And so it's going to be good.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm like, no, we're staying. We're staying. This is what we signed up for.
Yeah,
and this
buckle
is
up.
I was like, we want a good Christmas story. We're going to have one. We're going to have our own Christmas story. So we go in there and we look at the menu and we don't know what it says.
Yeah.
You know,
like in Mandarin or something.
Yeah, and nobody that works there speaks English. Like this is we have crossed into unknown waters. And I'm like, surely somebody, you know. And so they come back with a customer who helps them get my order.
Wow.
So the customer helped them explain to me what everything was. So we ordered our food. It was delicious. We were stared at the entire time we were in there. It was so funny. We left and the kids were like, that was the craziest thing I've ever seen. And one of the kids wouldn't even eat their food. Like they like Chinese food. They were just, once they saw the ducks, it was
done.
over. They did not sing fa ba 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 ba.
Oh man.
But that's the best movie ever, and that's one of the best scenes ever. So we actually got to almost live that moment.
That's awesome.
So we did Christmas and movies and had a good time watching our big ass TV now. And that was my weekend. I've been doing the mommest mom things ever.
You definitely have been.
I've decorated the house. I have lights on the porch. It's crazy.
I thought about getting some lights to put on, and I'm not going crazy. I'm literally just going to put lights. We have a fence that goes like over half, you know, right? And I was going to just hang just one strand on the fence and see if Dante notices.
Probably won't if he doesn't even notice your new dress.
He would definitely notice. He'd be like, baby, put lights up.
Yeah, he wouldn't say anything great about it. Just,
yeah.
Oh, you put lights up.
I saw you put lights up. You thought I wasn't going to notice. You put lights up. You didn't think I was going to notice your bangs. And you didn't think I was going to notice you put lights up. Oh. I don't think you're going to notice that it took $1,000 out of the savings account.
Yeah, no.
No, I'm just kidding. I didn't do that.
Oh, I would. No. I would not do that.
He would notice. He probably just wouldn't say anything because that's him.
Rick would say something to that, I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure.
I don't know if he would.
Yeah.
Maybe. Who knows?
Maybe. Well, what else? Anything else we want to discuss today? You got anything else?
Not off the top of my head, I don't. I'm sure I have plenty.
All right.
But,
well,
we got to save some for another day.
We do. So that's going to conclude this episode.
Yeah, we love you guys. And what?
You were talking. I didn't know. Go.
Now I'm like, oh, but
we love y'all. Thank
what?
you. Yeah, thank you for the letters and the reviews and the the email and the gifts, Amy, and the comments on Facebook.
Yes. Oh, let's drop our stuff. If you want to get in contact with us, we have an email, and we love getting emails. So our email is 2sidesinthetruthpodcast@outlook.com.
Yes, and I am Z Mamacita on Instagram and Zada Owens on Facebook, and Kelly is
Kelly Lady Pearl on Instagram.
Yeah, so check us out and send us messages, and share. Yes. And encourage your friends to listen. I had a listener from the Third Wheel comment. She had requested me on Facebook, and I'm sorry for those that it takes me longer to get to y'all's. For some reason, friend requests don't always pop up on mine immediately, and I've got to look for them.
Oh, really?
And so the other day I went looking for them, and I had like 10, and I could tell they were listeners. I can usually narrow it down.
Mm-hmm.
I got to make sure I don't get like spam things or whatever. And so there was a listener that I added, but she was coming from Third Wheel, not from this one.
Oh, yeah?
And so so I posted about us, and she was like, "What? Y'all have a podcast
this whole time?"
And I didn't know it because I don't talk about on the Third Wheel because I really feel like that's up to Al to do, and I don't want to step on toes.
I get it.
You know what I mean? So if y'all could like and share and, let our friends know. If you got friends that you think that would enjoy it, then let them know. We would love that. And we'll talk to y'all again next time.
And remember, there are always 3 sides to every story. 2 sides and the truth. Love y'all.